everyone, and welcome in. I am Team Ranger 92308. All are welcome, all are appreciated. First, I'd like to say, Tracy Anderson, welcome in. Good morning, Linda Perez. Brenda Lynn, good to see you, my YouTube sister. Team Bill with Geo, thank you. And for those who don't know, we are doing the collaboration team today. And we are going from person to person within the team build with Geo team. And lucky for us, we have a lot of awesome people coming in. Today, I'm going to discuss and elaborate on what Marlene was saying in her live. How do we make sure that we know we are self worth? You know, uh, Team Build with Geo, aka Boss Life Online, aka Friends with Super Channel, created an awesome channel or an awesome video that says, I am enough. I forgive me. You know, I'll get Gia to share that in hers. But I want to elaborate on what Marlene was teaching. That people don't realize their worth. So my topic today is very important. Whoop, well that too, but my topic today is satisfied with contentment. Now for those who don't know, contentment is to be satisfied with what you have. You know, most people do not realize that, sometimes they, as Marlene was elaborating on, and I'm going to continue with, they ridicule themselves. Well, my friend Joe Schmo had the 5.0, 3.8 liter Ford Mustang, which is manual and can put the pedal to the metal, or as another term they say, balls to the wall, lay me out, and leave me in the dust. I'm so upset. Or the better way to look at it, be content. Yeah, my car may not make it there in 2 minutes faster than the person with that kind of car, but my car is safe, reliable, and it gets me from point A to point B without any problems. Second, when you're looking at being content, some people will judge themselves, and this is elaborating on what Marlene Motivates had did in the first part of this collaboration. Your self worth. Some people will look and go, well, I don't have the top bling, I don't have the best hairstyle, and I'm not as skinny as those, you know, Baywatch babes, or I'm not as skinny as those, lifeguards you see. Don't do that. Be content with who you are. Know that you are worth something. Exactly. Love yourself. Be content with, you know what? I may not be as skinny as the Baywatch lifeguards, or look as beautiful as them, but you know what? I'm healthy and I'm happy, and even more specifically, I have good friends. They don't care whether I look like them or not. Next, next important thing on being content: do not compare yourself to others' property. Along the lines with the vehicles is another one: is people will Not be content because, well, I'll just use it as an example from one of the evangelical pastors I watch. He talks about he has a 35,000 square foot house and he had 25 chandeliers in his house. And he had, well, God, why don't I have this stuff? It don't matter. Be content with what you got. Don't compare yourself to others, as Marlene was just saying. Be happy that you have a roof over your head, you have clothes on your back, and you have food on the table. Do not worry about whether you got the bling or the thing or, you know, the luxurious life. Be content with who you are and what you have. Your true friends, your true friends, you know, when you got those people who are living like that, when they have all and all, and you see all these people around them, not all of them are their friends. A lot of them are there to say, yeah, look at me. I'm here with them. Yeah. But your true friends don't care what you got. They're happy with what you have. They're happy with who you are, not what you are. You know, when I was growing up, I used to watch people, and it amazed me because, and I speak for both of them, women and men both are like lust after the most popular person. Oh man, look at those cheerleaders. Wouldn't you like to get with their man? Yeah, yeah. Wouldn't you? She's awesome. Or the girls. Ooh, I did love that butt on that football player down there. Man, it'd be sweet to get with them. But you know what? You may want to get. You may think you want to get with them, but so does somebody else. So does everybody else. Be content. Your right person will love you for who you are and what you're about, not about who you can be and what they want you to be. They'll love you for who you are and what you're about. I will say that over lifespan, most people know this, and I had one fiance and I had several girlfriends. But over the years, I found out that, yeah, they wanted to be my girlfriend. My latest girlfriend told me, we were going good and steady and everything was going great. And this was a couple years ago. But she told me, just so you know, when we get together, you're going to stop all this internet stuff. Just so you know, when we get together, you're not going to be doing all this video recording and stuff. What? She wanted me for what she thought she could make me. Don't settle for less, people. Settle for the one that's going to love you, care about you for who you are, not what they can make you. Be content with what you have in life. You know, so many people are running after that. Oh, I gotta get the fastest car. I gotta have the most bling. I gotta have the best outfit. You know, prime example. Men back in the days, it was the Rolex watch. Nowadays, it's the top of the line smartwatch. Women back in the days, and I don't know all the purses back in the days, but they had to go get that Gucci purse. They had to go get that 18 karat rock. Show how they got the bling and the thing, you know what I mean? But that's not the way it's supposed to be. Be content with what you got and who you are. You know, part of being self confident is not looking to, oh, I wish I had that Mustang or that Mercedes or that Corvette or that Ferrari or that Rolls Royce or that. Don't be content with what they got. Don't beat yourself up for what others have. Be content with what you have. You know, it's a big thing. I mean, I'll be honest, I've watched some of these, I try and do a nice little display every year on Team Ranger or fireworks shows. But sometimes I get a little jealous because I'll watch people like, just an example, Mr. Beast go out and spend thousands of dollars on fireworks shows. But you know what? The people that appreciate me and care about me and my channel, they're content with what I have to bring to the table. They are content with what you can give them. They don't want, even some people said, I was surprised. I found out one of my subscribers, she lived out in the country all her life. And she saw the big fireworks show, but she said, I never seen a small one. This is the best thing I've ever seen. You think my mouth didn't hit the floor when she said that? She goes, I'd never seen someone light fireworks up close before, like this. You know, people are happy when you're happy. When you're content, it's contagious. When you're happy with what you got, people want to know. You don't have the fancy cars and you don't have you know, the fancy clothing or the fancy bags or, purses or whatever you want to call them, or the fancy rock on your finger. How are you happy? How are you happy? They want to know. How are you happy? And that's when you can tell, because I am content with what I have. I'm happy because I'm content with what I know, what I have. And I learned that the best advice is be happy that you have food on your table, you have a clothes on your back, a roof over your head, and good things. You don't have to have the most expensive, top of the line stuff to be content. You know, a lot of people, I've seen people out there recording sometimes. They got that big, huge camera and they're, you know, pushing people out of the way trying to get this camera through. But the thing is, a lot of times, a lot of YouTubers use their phone. I have a little camera. It's about that big, and about that wide. It's a 4K camera with night vision that I've used several times when I do recordings. And people are just as happy with that as opposed to big, huge ones. You see people carrying around trying to push people out of the way so they can get those big cameras in there. I just did a video. I don't know if you've seen it. I did a video on how the fire department demonstrated how they extracted a victim out of a car accident. Did you know that was recorded on my phone? You don't have to have top of the line things to be content, is my point. Learn to be satisfied with contentment. Learn that you can get along in life with whatever you have. And the people that care about you, the people that appreciate you, the people that love you, they will be happy for this. This is a collaboration to let you people know. I am going expanding as they per se on what Marlene Motivate was talking about. Know your worth. Part of knowing your worth is being content. Are you content in life to the point where you don't have to have all those fancy stuff? You know, I learned, you know, that my little 4K camera with night vision does just as good as those big, huge cameras. My cell phone does just as good as those cameras. You don't have to have the fanciest stuff. You don't have to, be, you know, it's like that old army expression, be all you can be. Being content with what you have is being all you can be. You don't have to put yourself in debt, get the fanciest stuff, because I guarantee you, and it is a proven fact, most people don't know this. When celebrities are broke, when they're no longer famous, that crowd around them that you see all the time, they're not hanging out with them no more. They're on to see who the next famous person is with the bling and the thing and the, you know, be content. Be satisfied with contentment. Know that no matter what you have, you can be all you can be. You can be great being satisfied with contentment. Contentment means to be happy with what you have, not what you can get, not what you, I guess you could, lack of better word, say what you lust for. Being happy with what you have. You know, it's funny because I live in a city where it's small. The city is literally a population of 857 people. I, okay, wow, Gia, I didn't know you were. Sylvia, would you, see if Sylvia is able to drop that link? Um, Let me fix that 1 second. But the point is that, getting from one end of the city to the other, most people have those big, huge, fancy bikes, electric bikes and stuff, and they can go 40 miles an hour. And the little Jetson that does 6 miles an hour. And after riding it for 4 hours, you have to charge it up or for 30 miles, you have to charge it up for 4 hours to go again. But in a city as big as I live in, I'm content with it. I can get from one end of the city to the other end of the city, keep going all day. And as soon as my bike, I get to a destination where I want to be, that's how usually it's at the church or at, some friend's house. And I'm like, hey, my battery's half dead. Can I plug it in while I'm here? Sure, go for it. I'm content with that. Be content with what you have, and your friends and family will be content with what you got. True friends don't care if you have all the luxury, expensive stuff. Is it nice to get all that stuff? Yeah, you know, but I'm happy being where I am at. I am satisfied with contentment. Give me one sec, folks. Okay, gotta take care of my YouTube family. But be content with what you have. You know, don't ever beat yourself down. Know your self worth. As Marlene said, know your self worth. Be content with who you are, what you have, and the friends you have, and family. And like Marlene said, if nobody's told you and you didn't hear it on hers, I'll tell you. You are worth something. You know, on Mike the Ranger a while back, I did the collaboration with the team, and I talked about how there's a song out that said, I'm just a nobody trying to tell somebody. No, you are somebody. Know your worth. You know, the first thing that makes people into depression is when they don't think they're worth anything, that they're a nobody, they're not worth nothing. That's when they do negative things in their life. Know your worth. You are somebody. And if nobody else has told you, let me be the first to tell you. I love you, but God loves you with an unconditional love. You know, friends and you're not there to give them what they want when they want it. They're not content with you. They're not really your friend. But God is always there. He don't care what you have or how much money you have or what fancy vehicle or place or any of that. God don't care about nothing of that stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't either. I love the fact that, you know, I'm gonna use my sister as an example. I love her too. She is my YouTube sister and I look up to her. She has a nice little office, you know, where she always does it, her live stream. Her whole back wall is full of yarn and, you know, it's awesome. I think that is the perfect backdrop for hers. You know, I'll go on with this. Sylvia, she used to have an awesome office where she would be out there and he would have her little name up there, you know, and it was awesome. You know, Geo, most of us know, and, you know, until she started using the backdrop, you knew you were at Geo's place because that's what she had a little red sign that said Boss Life Online. She had a YouTube pillow in the back, and she was set. She had a couple pictures back there in the clock. She'd always look up and say, okay, guys, we got so much time left. But she's content. Sylvia was content. Brenda was content. They didn't need all that fancy, stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, the backdrop is pretty cool. As a matter of fact, I was looking into some of those and thinking about how I could do for my channel. But the point is, people don't care what fancy stuff you got. They care about what you can bring to the table. What do you know? They care. They want to know. Okay, why is Mike always so happy? Honestly, the number one key. I'm content with what I got. I'm content with my YouTube family, with my biological family, with my spiritual family. You know, a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, they're just acquainted." No, we're not. You know, a lot of us talk all the time. Know how to your work, as Marlene said. Know your work. Next, be content with what you got. And finally, realize that you are loved. Like Gio said, when you join the Team Build group, we are loyal, we are one, we are family. I hope that if you take nothing else away, that you take this solemn word. The key to happiness, the key to success is to know your worth, to be content with what you have, and know that you are loved. And don't let anyone ever tell you you aren't. Because if somebody does tell you know what, you can say, you know what, that's wrong. Ranger said he loved me. Ranger said God loved me. And most importantly, I love me. More than anything else, realize your worth and you are loved. Thank you everyone for being here. And I hope that you carry something away with this. Next up in this collaboration team is put in the link already by Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia, very much. I appreciate that. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. This is a live collaboration team to help you better understand who we are, who you are, and how we can be successful together with everything in mindset of knowing our worth, being content, and I'm excited to see what the next person says. Thank you, everybody. Don't be a stranger to Ranger, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, as always, everybody, it wouldn't be me without saying it. Don't be a stranger to the Ranger, and I'll see you the next time. Have a good one, everybody, and thank you for coming.